Hello, Earthlings! Welcome back to our channel. Today we will be analyzing the Mad Hatter music video and making theories on what we think some aspects are trying to tell us. Let's begin. We start off with Crybaby in her room, smoking and listening to her vinyl. She notices a pink drink has mysteriously appeared on her bedside table and her record begins warping. She starts to feel uneasy. She turns to the clear vial of pink liquid, which has a tag with "Drink Me" written on it, a fitting reference to Alice in Wonderland as the song's name is Mad Hatter. She begins to drink the liquid. Upon doing so, she feels lightheaded and falls into her bed. She starts hallucinating the cashier from Tag Your It and the nurse from Crybaby. Crybaby proceeds to black out. We transition into a pink room, resembling a padded cell you'd see in asylums. In the center of the room we see a doll winding up a human-sized music box to reveal Crybaby popping out. There are many Alice in Wonderland references in this music video, such as the Rushton dolls hopping down the hole and the lyrics mentioning a high blue caterpillar. It is very fitting as Alice falls down the rabbit hole, akin to Crybaby descend into madness. Crybaby slowly floats down into a swamp, revealing two adult wax figures in front of her. She peels her skin off in front of them and they slowly start melting away. We see that it was the dolls melting them with hair dryers. With this scene paired with the lyrics "The Normals, They Make Me Afraid." She is showing her trauma with normal and perfect families as she knows what goes on behind them from Dollhouse. She feels safer with people who aren't afraid to show who they are and not behind a mask. Crybaby is then transported into the rabbit doctor's office, the same one from Crybaby and Mrs. Potato Head. On the wall we can see a straitjacket and other appliances around the room affiliated with brains. The doctor hands out 2 bottles of teal pills, likely to aid her insanity. Crybaby is visibly worried, but abruptly changes expression to shock to see her furry friends break into the room through the floor. Feeling empowered with her group she lunges towards the doctor, but before she can do anything she falls into another layer and down to a bowl of ice cream. The family of 4, with a blonde mother, likely to resemble her family once again, leading into afraid of being forced into perfection, begins to dig into the bowl that she lays in. We see her companions lurk behind the set and stab each family member, once again saving Crybaby. They walk out of the kitchen set onto a hill. On Crybaby's head is a headpiece of a lady in bed waking up, once again leading into being awoken and embracing who she truly is. Desserts walk happily up the hill, not realizing them sitting there. Once they do, their expressions change into worry and confusion. Crybaby picks up the donut and begins to dig into it, suddenly waking up with black eyes and held down by the nurse and cashier. Great! Now that our memories have refreshed on this music video, we can begin. We will now go over predictions and theories we have on this music video and how it all ties into the story of Crybaby. Why are the cashier and nurse present? It's hard to come up with a conclusion whether the nurse and cashier are hallucinations or physically there. We will go over explanations on why each makes sense and will leave the conclusion to this theory for you guys. It is likely for them to be hallucinations, as that may be a side effect to the awakening potion, seeing as Crybaby's vision became blurry before passing out. However, for those two specifically is an unusual choice, as they aren't seen as important characters to a regular viewer, but they are actually important to Crybaby's life as they have helped her in pivotal moments such as her birth and saving of her abduction. They can be physically there as they both have the awakened eyes we see in K through 12. Whoever left that vial has either connections to Lilith or is Lilith herself, as having powers is something we know is possible from these people. What we haven't seen, however, is the use of teleportation, which is what the two must have used to get there in the first place. But we can probably use the excuse of Lilith guiding them to her at a time of need, as she can appear anywhere with the use of doors. Being physically there is also a reason why Crybaby is literally held down by the two, getting her bearings on her new self. We will leave the decision making to you all in the comments on what you think. Who gave Crybaby the vial? This can be applied to anyone, really. The cashier is the most likely answer, as she has given Crybaby a similar shaped bottle in the past, and Crybaby would trust her as she had saved her life by giving her the poison. How does this tie into the Mrs. Potato Head MV and Crybaby's story as a whole? Well, in the Mrs. Potato Head music video, Crybaby felt insecure of herself and tried to be someone she's not. Mad Hatter shows her confidence and comfortability within herself, allowing her to grow as a person and accept who she is. This ties into the Crybaby story, as from now, Crybaby is aware of her insanity and has now been awakened by the vial. This is a direct entryway for K-12 to step in and take the narrative. Thank you all for watching this video. It genuinely means a lot. So sorry this didn't come out sooner. There was a lot of issues behind the scenes. Thank you all for almost 200 subscribers now. I'm shocked from how fast we're growing as a community. Faeries signing out.